Even though it's summer, it's never too soon to consider some winter RV destinations. This week, Evanne Schmarder shows us why Tucson, Arizona is one of her favorite winter locations and why it should be on your list of places to consider. Whether it's summer or winter, when it comes to RV travel, safety should always be your top priority. Mark Polk from RV Education 101 gives us 7 of his pre-trip safety check tips he always performs prior to hitting the road. Later, Jeff Johnston spends the night at Crystal Basin Cellars, located in Camino, California. This Harvest Host location is a perfect example of why more and more people are opting for this type overnight location as opposed to regular campgrounds. These stories and more, plus our Rec Pro Spring RV Makeover Contest on this week's RVing Today TV. Closed and Spanish captioning, where available, is sponsored by Forest River. Follow the river.
Tucson, Arizona. Warm winters, stately saguaro cactus, and a flavor all its own. No wonder RVers love to snowbird here. I'm at the Tucson Visitors Bureau with Dan Gibson. He's the Director of Communications for Visit Tucson.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me on your show.
Well, we're so glad to have you here. And tell me about the RVer impact and RVers here in Tucson, Arizona.
You know, RVing is obviously a big thing for us. I mean, it's not just the weather, but I think that we have a lifestyle and a relaxing, laid-back sort of atmosphere that people really enjoy. That being said, there's plenty to do and plenty to see, so it's a nice combination for people here.
Do you know how many RVers are here?
You know, it's we haven't done a specific number for it, but we know that, you know, it's obviously a big influx of people here, and anyway, you're driving down the street, you'll see RVers, but also filling up. You know, we have a wide variety of places, of campgrounds and services for RVers, so those places are often pretty close to full during our busy season, which is January through April.
Yeah, absolutely, the best weather.
Yeah, exactly. It's a perfect time to be here, and it helps, especially this year that the weather is sort of miserable other places, so it's been great for us. I'm like, oh, it's 14 in Kansas City? Come on down to Tucson where it's 70. So.
Oh, that's too funny. Now, what about attractions and museums? What's hot to see here?
I think one of the things you absolutely have to see if you come to Tucson is the Arizona Sonora Desert Museum. It's generally considered one of the best museums in America. It's sort of the basic idea is that it's a zoo for animals from the southern Arizona Sonoran Desert, but it's so much more than that. It's an experience where you really understand the desert itself. It's surprising to a lot of people. There's an aquarium there that showcases some of the sea life in northern Mexico. So there's bighorn sheep, there's prairie dogs, there's sea otters. It's just a wide variety of flora and fauna from this area.
What about a hidden gem? What is something that people don't really know a lot about, but you think they should not miss when they're here?
I think you have to see San Javier, the mission. It's a little bit south and west of Tucson, but it's super close. It's focuses on it's a mission that was built in the 1500s. And it's a collision of sort of the Native American culture, the Spanish culture that was here, and it's still an operating church, so you can see mass there. But it's got a wide variety of artwork, native artwork from the time period that was restored by actually the same people that did the Sistine Chapel.
Really?
So it went through a lot of renovations recently. So it's a beautiful place. It's unlike anything else in America.
We were there quite a long time ago, and we had some fry bread.
Yeah, you have to have the fry bread. So it's dough. It's a Tono Odom and Navajo treat thrown into a fryer. You can be sweetened up with honey and sugar, or served as a taco with red chili beef or beans or lettuce. It's an incredible meal.
So whether people are here for a week or a whole snowbird season, they're going to be busy.
Oh, certainly. There's so much to do here, especially in that time of year. In January, we have the gem show starts in January, which is one of the largest gem shows in the world. We have soccer preseason. We have a golf tournament. We have the Festival of Books. There's really something happening pretty much every weekend. So, if you want to just lay back and relax, or you want to get out and see people and the sights of the city, there's something going on all of the time.
Wow. Well, I know I love it, and I've been busy every day here, and
good.
There's still so much more to see.
Well, we try to keep people in touch with that stuff. So if you come to visittucson.org, our website, or you go to our social media presences on Facebook and Twitter or Instagram, or you just stop by the Visitor Center here, we're happy to help you however we can.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Dan.
Oh, my
pleasure. Appreciate it.
Oh, I'm happy to help.
We'll get back to Evanne in sunny Tucson right after a word from our sponsors. Aquachem Tossins. So fast and easy to use, it could seem like a game. Aquachem, the most powerful odor control available and the #1 seller for over 50 years. Want more RVing today? Then visit RVingtoday.tv. Besides our weekly show and extended segments, you'll find additional stories and videos along with insightful information on what's new and what's happening around the world in RVing. From luxury RVs to unique camper vans, and from RVing with pets to RVing with kids. You'll find it all and more in RVingtoday.tv. Be sure and visit our website at RVingtoday.tv and enter the RecPro Spring Makeover Contest. One lucky winner will get a $2,500 store credit for anything in the RecPro catalog. RecPro, your one-stop destination for anything to restore or upgrade your RV. And now, let's catch up with Evanne as she shows us some of her favorite things to see and do in and around Tucson.
There are a number of terrific parks in town, something for everyone. Let me tell you about 3 of your plentiful choices. We're here at Voyager RV Resort, paradise for an active RVer. From pickleball, the fastest growing senior sport in the U.S. and a cross between tennis and ping pong, to golf, to art such as stained glass and lapidary, pools, spas, saunas, and a workout room, to concerts, discussions, and events, you'll find plenty to do at Voyager. The Lazy Days KOA has a lot going for it. It's a beautiful park, including their fabulous lemon, orange, and grapefruit trees. They've got a lovely pool, a terrific restaurant, and a convenient central location. If low-key's more your style, you might look at the Pima County Fairgrounds. With easy I-10 access, it's perfect for just soaking up the Tucson sun, and it's an inexpensive, basic choice. So what is there to do after you've found your perfect Tucson RV spot? Plenty. Farm markets, fabulous sunsets, festivals galore, miles of bike trails, and 5 mountain ranges will definitely catch your attention. Tucson is home to the globally recognizable saguaro cactus, well preserved in 2 national parks, Saguaro National Park East and West, as well as the spectacular Catalina State Park. These gems offer hiking trails and picnic shelters, loop drives, and up-close views of this desert cactus that grows nowhere else in the world except right here in the Sonoran Desert. If art is more your thing, don't miss the De Grazia Gallery in the Sun on the north side of town. De Grazia was famous for his impressionistic paintings of Native Americans and children. He's also famous for burning a number of his originals. It's said to have been $1.5 million worth in protest of the inheritance tax. Enjoy a stroll through the museum, his home and studio, and don't miss the simple but spectacular Mission in the Sun, showcasing De Grazia's hand-painted frescoes. Fabulous. There's the Titan Missile Museum just south of town, where you can go deep down into a missile silo and see what it would have been like down there if the red button had been pushed during the Cold War. Does science capture your imagination? Then you're going to really love Biosphere 2, now run by the University of Arizona. Of course, Biosphere 1 is the planet Earth. You might recall that in the early 90s, scientists known as biospherians were sealed inside the glass dome for 2 years, conducting Earth science research and growing most of their food in this man-made environment. Today you can tour the biosphere, see the biomes, walk the grounds, and learn more about how these folks lived, cooked, and recreated. Like my pal Dan at the Tucson Visitor Center mentioned, Tucson is reinventing itself as a foodie destination, and your dining options are many, from fine and fancy to simple and delicious. For example, on my way out to a hike, I often stop at a local sandwich joint, Beyond Bread, and pick up one of their fabulous flagship sandwiches to share with my husband Ray. It's so good. Sunday mornings are reserved for my favorite Tucson food truck, Planet of the Crepes, at St. Philip's Farmers Market. They're experts at using farm-fresh products from the market vendors to produce mouth-watering meal-sized crepes. Yum! One of my favorite local gem spots to sit down and enjoy a relaxing meal is Polk and Mom's Cantina, perfectly located for delicious dining after a drive to the top of Mount Lemmon or a hike through Sabino Canyon. Score a table on their patio, enjoy the fabulous weather, ambiance, and the terrific New Mexican-style food. Oh, Taylor, thank you. Oh my gosh, this looks great. Goodness knows there's so much more I could tell you about Tucson, but I suggest you come on down yourself and design your own Southern Arizona snowbird adventure. I'm Evanne from sunny Tucson, Arizona. Cheers.
From off-the-road adventure camping to luxurious full-time RVing and everything in between, Forest River has the RV to fit your needs, budget, and outdoor lifestyle. To see our full line of trailers and motorhomes, visit forestriverinc.com. Forest River. Begin the journey.
Hi, I'm Mark Polk with RV Education 101. Today I want to talk about my top 7 RV safety checks you should make before each RV trip, but let's start by asking, are RVs safe in general? When an RV is manufactured, it will have an oval-shaped RVIA seal displayed on the exterior next to the entrance door. This seal means the RV manufacturer complies with more than 500 safety requirements regarding electrical, plumbing, heating, and fire and life safety. These safety requirements are established under the American National Standards Institute standard for recreation vehicles. This should put to rest any concerns you have about the RV itself being safe when it is manufactured. Now let's go over my top 7 safety checks to make prior to leaving on an RV trip. For starters, it's important you educate yourself on all the systems, appliances, and safety features on an RV and how to use the RV safely and effectively. There are probably 20 RV safety items we could discuss, but these are, in no order, the ones I feel should be checked prior to hitting the road. Number 1, always complete a pre-trip checklist before you head out on the road. Simple checks like checking your tires, lights, fluid levels, hitch setup, all contribute to a safer RV trip. You should make these checks every day before traveling in your RV. I find it easier if you have these checks in the form of a checklist so nothing is overlooked or forgotten. Number 2, take care of your RV's tires and they will take care of you. When you are not using your RV, keep the tires covered to protect them from the damaging effects of ozone in the air and UV rays from the sun. Invest in a quality tire inflation pressure gauge and check the tire pressure in all tires every time you use the RV. Check and adjust the pressure when the tires are cold before moving the RV. Maintain the pressure recommended by the manufacturer based on weights. Consult your owner's manual for proper tire inflation and never exceed the maximum pressure located on the tire sidewalls. Number 3, LP gas leak detector. I recommend you familiarize yourself with the odorant added to LP gas to assist you in detecting a leak. The next time you go to have the LP gas cylinders or LP tank refilled, ask the attendant to let you smell the gas. Test the LP gas leak detector for proper operation. Check the expiration date on the detector and replace it when it expires. I write the expiration date on the cover as a quick reminder. It is not recommended you travel with the LP gas turned on. If you do have the gas on while traveling, turn off each individual pilot light, appliance, and the main gas supply before refueling. Number 4, the carbon monoxide detector. Carbon monoxide is called the silent killer because you cannot see it, smell it, or taste it. Test the carbon monoxide detector for proper operation every time you use the RV. Check the expiration date of the CO detector and replace it when it expires. Again, I write the expiration date on the cover as a quick reminder. Know what the symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning are: dizziness, vomiting, nausea, muscular twitching, intense headache, throbbing in the temples, weakness and sleepiness, inability to think coherently. If you or anyone else experiences any of these symptoms, get to fresh air immediately. If the symptoms persist, seek medical attention immediately. If you are running the generator, shut it down and do not operate it again until it is inspected and repaired by a professional. Number 5, smoke alarm. In less than 30 seconds, a small flame can turn into a major fire, and within a minute, the RV can be filled completely with smoke. RVs come equipped with a smoke detector. Test the smoke detector for proper operation. Instruct everybody in the RV on what your emergency escape plan is in the event of a fire. RV 101 tip: if you hear a chirping noise coming from any detector, the battery is dying and needs to be replaced. If you remove dry cell batteries during storage, replace them with new batteries the following spring. Number 6, fire extinguishers. New RVs are required to have a fire extinguisher near the entry door. If you do not have a fire extinguisher, purchase an ABC rated fire extinguisher for your RV. I keep one inside the RV, one outside in a storage compartment I can easily access, and one in the tow vehicle if it's not a motorized RV. Inspect the fire extinguisher before each trip. Look to see if the arrow is pointing in the green area in the sight gauge. If it reads empty or needs charging, replace it or have it recharged immediately. Inspect all components of the extinguisher and make sure it is in proper operating condition. Inspect the safety pin, trigger, sight gauge indicator, hose or nozzle, tank, and labeling. Every month you should turn dry powder extinguishers upside down, tap on the bottom of the extinguisher, and shake it so the powder settled on the bottom is released. If the powder is packed in the bottom of the extinguisher, it may not discharge properly or at all when you need it. Number 7, hitch components for a trailer or a towed vehicle. If you are towing a 3 or 4 ton travel trailer or towing a vehicle behind a motorhome, you need to understand the importance of inspecting the hitch components prior to each trip. Check all the hitch components on a trailer and on vehicles being towed behind a motorhome. It's easy to forget a step when you install hitch components, so I recommend using a checklist and double checking your work prior to leaving. Inspect the hitch components and or tow bar for any loose or missing hardware. Check the nuts and bolts for secure mounting. Inspect the hitch receiver for cracks or breaks in welds and loose nuts and bolts. Do not use any defective hitch components until repairs are made. Verify the hitch ball is the correct size for the coupler. Check the latch for secure mounting and that it is secured with a lock or safety pin. When everything is securely fastened, perform a brake check. Pull the vehicle forward slightly and tap the brakes. You should feel the trailer brakes or dinghy brakes engage and slow the vehicle down. In addition to these safety checks, I recommend you keep an emergency roadside kit in the RV. A few simple items can get you out of a jam and assist you in staying safe until help arrives in the event you break down. I mentioned earlier there are many other safety concerns involved with owning and operating an RV, but these 7 can keep you safe and let you enjoy all your RV trips. For more information on using and maintaining your RV, visit RVOnlineTraining.com. Happy camping.
Someone once said, the camping doesn't really start until the RV awning comes out. Whoever said that really knew what they were talking about. Carefree of Colorado, celebrating 45 years of RV awning innovation. For more information, visit our website at carefreeofcolorado.com. When you have a Truma AquaGo instant hot water system, you can expect to make a lot of new friends. sure and visit our website at rvingtoday.tv and enter the RecPro Spring Makeover Contest. One lucky winner will get a $2,500 store credit for anything in the RecPro catalog. RecPro, your one-stop destination for anything to restore or upgrade your RV.
Today, our Rollin' on TV quick stop is Crystal Basin Cellars in Camino, California, our favorite kind of Harvest Host location, a winery. A modest parking area means they can accommodate 2 Harvest Host rigs at a time. There's no avoiding the traffic noise from nearby Highway 50, but a hardside RV with its windows closed should shut out most of the sound.
So you're at Crystal Basin Cellars today, and we're in Camino, California, right off Highway 50. And we've been a Harvest Host host for over 10 years now. And we first found this program at another Harvest Host called Twisted Oak Winery down in Murphy's. And we thought it was such a great idea that we decided to adopt it ourselves, being campers. And so we really liked the aspect of hospitality. We really like the aspect of safety, that people can come and enjoy some wine. Wine is an integral part of RVing. And that aspect is then you can sleep here safely, go on to your next destination. And one of the things that we think Crystal Basin, www.crystalbasin.com, by the way, we think that we excel at hospitality, and we call our style of that legendary foothill hospitality. And if you come here, that's what you're going to get, along with some pretty good wines. We're the third custodian of this property, and we only buy grapes from El Dorado County. We're landlocked. We don't have grapes on this property, and I think that's not our highest and best use, is to be grape growers. But what does El Dorado County have? 100 different varietals of grapes. We happen to use about 20, and then we make blends with that. And so our quality is extraordinarily high, and I think it matches the legendary hospitality that I've mentioned.
There's a great selection of wine available for tasting and purchase, and the gift shop is likewise loaded with many regional items to tempt a shopper. Harvest Host offers its members a broad variety of places to stay, and a winery is certainly right up there on our list of fun spots. For more information about Harvest Hosts or Crystal Basin Cellars, log on to our website at rvingtoday.tv.
For the latest up-to-the-minute RV news, visit our media partners at rvbusiness.com. If you're into RVing or just appreciate vintage vehicles, be sure to set your GPS for the RV MH Hall of Fame in Elkhart, Indiana. This museum houses the largest collection of vintage RVs and trailers dating as far back as 1916. For more information, visit their website at rvmhhalloffame.org. For more information on anything you saw on this week's episode, visit our website at rvingtoday.tv. This has been another fun production